Well, it doesn't sound like George is going to start barking anytime soon, so I'm going to get this underway regardless of what he does outside chasing after his own shadow. It's a fight to the finish here in Serie A. We're about two-thirds of the way through the season. It's down to us and Inter, and they're a point ahead of us thanks to a pretty horrible loss we had. But that's not the story. The story is we are the walking wounded, and the fact that we're still fighting for first place is nothing short of a miracle. My name's FM20, and this is Forza Milan, episode 22. So this is how long it's been since I recorded. Last episode, I completely forgot to go through the standings and whatnot. But here's where we are now. As you can see, we are a point behind Inter. Rafael leads us with 22 goals, a 7.68 rating. Theo Hernandez and Giovanni Lorenzo, my defensive left back and defensive right back, respectively, each have 9 assists. Gianluigi Donnarumma, a 91% pass completion rating. Rafael Leo, 8 goals. 8 players of the match. Giovanni Di Lorenzo, 16 yellow cards. His over-under is still 24. In our 24 matches played, our 58 goals, our first best, our 12 goals allowed, our second best, our 81st yellow cards, our first best, and we've had 2 yellow cards, and we're second best in attendance. 24 games played, we've won 20, we've drawn 2, we've lost 2, and one of those was very, very recent. It was Lazio, right before the Tin Cup quarterfinal. They beat us 1-0, thanks to a Luis Alberto goal in the 66th minute. It was, after a really good Fiorentina win, Rafael Leo went out with an injury. We were just lackluster this game. There's no other way to put it. Hold on just a second here. 13 shots, 7 on target for them. 20 shots for us, 5 on target. We had a huge possession advantage. We had absolutely nothing with it. Correa went out with an injury for them. And it was frustrating to watch because literally 3 days later, we played him in the Tip Cup quarterfinal. We beat him 2-0 thanks to goals by Carrasco and Mayoral. We were then away at Livorno, who we shut out 3-0 thanks to a brace of goals by Frank Kessie and a Vignato goal. And then we were home against Juve, and we absolutely thumped them 5-1. It wasn't even a close game. Aguero had the goal in the 54th minute to get them on the board, but by that time, you could tell we were just waiting for opportunities to score. It was one of those, we had them on the back foot all first half. It was just a matter of waiting for the floodgates to open. Frank Kessie scored right at the end of the first half, and then in the second half, Diogo Jota had a hat-trick's worth of goals in 10 minutes. Carrasco had a goal. We had 3 goals in 4 minutes. They never recovered. This was the game Giovanni Di Lorenzo went uninjured. We then played Sampdoria in the semi-cup final first leg. Absolutely thumped them 6-0. I have no idea how we're doing this. I really don't. I'm not changing the formation much in terms of roles or anything like that. I've played a couple different formations, but they're formations we've trained. I've not pulled anything new out of the bag. But we shut them out 6-0. Benasser goal, Mayoral goal, Vignato goal. Shaba and De Pioli had own goals for Sampdoria. Arezzo had a goal in the 86th minute. And then against Napoli, we shut them out 1-0 thanks to a Lucas Paqueta gift of a goal in the 90th minute. But I will take it. Injury-wise, Diogo Jota was out 2 to 3 weeks for thigh strain. Giovanni Di Lorenzo out 2 to 3 weeks for hamstring strain. Ruben Diaz broke his ribs in training, out almost a month. Rafael Leo sprained his knee ligament, was out 5 to 6 weeks. He's just now coming back. But the nice thing is, with Leo out, both Arezzo and Mayoral have got a decent amount of playing time, and they've rewarded me with some very nice goals. Let's go there and check that out real quick. Mayoral's up to 13 goals. Arezzo's up to 7. Vignato has 6. Carrasco has 5. Theo Hernandez has 4. Tonali has 3. But this, literally, right now, is my starting senior squad. And I've got barely enough people I don't even have enough people to fill the bench up in terms of subs. And that's even using Nicholas Huber, who's a youth player, who really should be on the under-18s. And the kicker is that I've had an under-20 game or an under-18 game the same day. So I can't, unless I want to pull one of these guys up, like Platone or something like that, which I really don't want to. I'm playing with what would be considered a short squad. Today, though, it's a really good test for us. Sassuolo, who is currently 9th in the league, they're a solid squad. And then we are playing our first part of the Man United game for the Champions League knockout round. Why did I do this? Because of all the time between the first knockout round and the second knockout round legs. That's why. So I'm going to... the transfer window closed. Let me get to that real quick. We didn't make any more moves. I take that back. Leo Duarte went to Santos for $5 million. He never found any time here as a starter. And when he did, he was just not that great. I had better options. We lost money on him. I feel really bad about that. But I think once I realized he was just never going to see first team playing time here, I should have moved him on sooner rather than later. Tommaso Merlati was a youth player, and then Levin Kurzawa. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened here, to be honest with you. He was getting a little older. His star rating kept fluctuating. I put him out there just to kind of see who would bite, and Lokomotiv Moscow made a decent offer for him for a guy we brought in on a free and who had one really good season for us. The first season he was here, and then the second season, this season, he didn't get any playing time. When he did, he wasn't impressive. And it was frustrating as hell because, one game he'd be 2 stars, the next game he'd be 3 stars, the next game he'd be 2.5 stars. It was like, what the heck is going on here? I did talk about Pedro Robocho last game. Just review him again. Defensive left back. He's one of the reasons I let Kurzawa go. Solid, but not spectacular. And then Damian Perez from Belgrano, a striker for $5.5 million. My scout in Argentina found him. I think he's got potential. It says 2.5 stars. I think that's got to be at least 4. I mean, his mentals are already this good. His physicals can only get better. His first touch is nice. His heading is nice. It says he's a poacher, but 5'10", yeah, he's a poacher. If he was 4 inches taller, he'd be a really good target man. But even if I don't play him, well, to be honest with you, I'm not going on past this season with this save, at least publicly. I might keep it offline and go back to it from time to time. I'm still debating what I want to do after this. But at the same time, I think he's got potential. So that said, we got Sassuolo coming up. I'm going to check my reserves, check the walking wounded, set my best 11, and we're going to come back with that match in just a bit. And we are playing our 4-2-4 today. Donnarumma in goal, of course. Theo, Romagnoli, Laporte, and Carollo is the defensive back 4. Tonali and Kessie is the midfielders. Carrasco and Vignato is the attacking midfielders. Mayoral and Arezzo up top as the strikers. And a 4-4-2 diamond from Sassuolo. Any names that I recognize? I should. They all have faces. Well, Traore, but not the Traore I'm thinking of. So yeah, for a while there, we had Tonali with the corner kick in. And is Arezzo fouled? He is. Who's taking this? Kessie? Oh, this could go either way. Yes, good job, Frank. Anyhow, as I was saying, for a while there, I had Leao out, I had Yoda out, I had Diaz is out. And if Kessie had gone out injured, I would have been completely up a creek. Although Paqueta's a capable replacement, and then frankly so's Benasser. But when the center of my squad is just out injured, it's not a good thing. Leao driving forward, cuts around one, oh, that was nice. And I got guys like Theo Hernandez picking it up. This is his 5th goal of the season. Plus he already has 9 assists. You can't go wrong there. This has been a really good formation for us. I think it's really played to the strength of the club. Now, it does kind of bite in that good players like Benasser and Paqueta don't see the field that often. And I did play the 4-3-1-2 a couple of times in the previous games. As a matter of fact, against Juventus, we played the 4-3-1-2 and we scored 6 goals off that. But that was because Carrasco was coming off a niggling injury himself, and I needed to rest Vignato. And my backup advanced midfielder on the left. Herbal was just... He's a backup. I didn't trust him starting, especially against a team like Juve. Carollo loses it to Podoli. Traore centers it to Hurtado, and he dinks it past Donnarumma. That was weak. That was a very soft shot. I'm tempted to see. Well, I'm not tempted to see. We are going to see what happened here. Traore crosses it. Hurtado just kind of dinks it, and I don't know what Donnarumma was doing there. It wasn't the hardest of strikes, but it counts. And three of the guys on the squads are nervous. I don't know why. Tonali sends it in. Hurtado knocks it away, but it goes right to Laporte. He crosses it to Kessie. Takes the shot off the crossbar. Vignato recovers. And it bounces off a Sassuolo player, goes out of bounds. Coming up on halftime. With 13 shots, 7 on target out of 3 and 2, we have a lead. It's not comfortable. Let's see what the assistant says. Okay. Let's tell these guys to calm down. And then we'll get everybody else fired up somehow. I have faith in you. Okay. That worked for most everybody, but they're still nervous. Donnarumma taps over to Laporte. Out to Vignato. And he is fouled. Tripadelli, is that his second yellow? That is. He got one right before the end of the half, too. And, of course, they went to a back five. Okay, you know what? We're 65 minutes in. We are going to take a couple players off. Kessi's going to come off. Paqueta's going to come on for him. Tonali's going to come off. And Benasser's going to go on for him. Now we're going to switch those two around because Benasser is a little bit better at the box-box midfielder. And that's all we're going to do for now. Magnani to Berardi on the throw-in. To Raskin. Loses the ball. Carollo recovers. To Mayoral, but Berardi gets the ball after another Sassuolo player steps in front of the pass. For Tezzi. To Jagiello. Well, Romagnoli intercepts that, taps up Mayoral in between the defenders 1-on-1. Well, 3-on-1, and he hits it right at the Sassuolo keeper. And it goes out for a corner kick. Benasser on the corner kick. Into the crowd. Magnani knocks it away, but Laporte's going to run it down. He holds it up, centers it in. Jagiello heads it away. Berardi has it. And he is dispossessed. Nice tackle there. 4 minutes left. Can we hold on to this game? Carollo on the throw-in to Arezzo, who's dispossessed. Jagiello to Vertezzi. Back to Magnani. All the way back to Gironin, who sends it forward to no one on Sassuolo's side. Theo to Romagnoli. Back to Theo. And he almost loses it, but gets it back. And he is fouled. Well, we're 2 men up. If we somehow manage to blow this... I said that out loud. Oh, good grief. We win. 29 shots, 12 on target. Huge possession advantage. A Hurtado goal makes it look close, but they had 2 players sent off, 1 in extra time. And we escaped without injury. Well done us. Hernandez was really good. We're going to praise his performance. It is the 19th. 3 days. We got Man United coming up. So... I'm going to do the press conference and stuff like that offline. We're going to come back for the Man United match in just a bit. Just wanted to point this out. Ivo Mamini, my 18-year-old wonder kid who I loaned out this season, has 14 goals. 12 in the Primera Division and 2 in the Copa Total Sudamerica. Playing for... Who is he playing for? Velez. In the Primera Division second phase? Totally not familiar with how that works. They're currently 10th. That is a weird looking chart. Okay. Well, we're switching things up a little bit because I I have no depth in my attacking midfielders. Carrasco and Vignato are my only real healthy ones. Herbal plays attacking midfielder on the left. He's 2-star current, 2-star potential, and in a game of this magnitude, I just can't. So we're playing our 4-3-1-2. Donnarumma in goal. Theo, Laporte, Romagnoli, and Carollo is the defensive back four. Benasser, Tonali, Kessie on the midfield. Paqueta is the attacking midfielder. The Rezo and Mayoral up top as the strikers. Lodi, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, De Gea in goal. Barrow, Grealish, Rashford, Dele Alli, Raphinha, and Son. What sort of season is Son having for Man United? 4 goals, 5 assists. That's not the best. Paid $61 million for him, and 17 games. That was money well spent, but you know what? We'll see what happens. We are at Man United. I will take a draw. Theo on the throne. Tonali. Back to Laporte. Centers it to Kessie, who's missing the next Serie A game because he has 10 yellow cards. Carollo. Crosses it in. Mayoral's there, but he loses it. Lodi has it. I'm going to put this up to attacking. Lodi sends it long to Son, who's in space all by himself. Cuts inside. Dispossessed. Raphinha gets the loose ball. Blasts it by Donnarumma. First goal of the season. What the heck? Romagnoli dispossessed him, and the ball bounces right to Raphinha. I can't blame Donnarumma for that. I find very few goalies across the world, I think, who would be able to anticipate that. Theo to Tonali. Back to Theo to Tonali. Sends it in. Mayoral can't handle it. Benasser, top of the box. Out to Carollo, all alone on the right. He tries crossing it in. He bounces it off Rashford, who drives forward. Holds it up. He's got help. Centers it in. Dele Alli scores. And it's twice now Carollo's been burned. Three minutes in, we're 2 down. Unreal. Grealish to Lindelof. Back to Grealish to Lindelof. Back to Grealish. Lindelof. Grealish. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, hey, they changed it up on me. All the way back to De Gea. Maguire. Up to Rashford, who can't control it. Carollo has it. Sends it up towards Rezo, who heads it down, but Maguire gets it. Raphinha to Wan-Bissaka. Holds it up. He centers it to Barrow. Rashford to Dele Alli, and they score again. This is not how I saw this game going. Rashford somehow manages to hit it between 2 of my players' legs. I demanded more, and the guys are focused. Holy moly, this is not the game we wanted. They're just absolutely dominating us. 8 shots, 6 on target. Our 5-1. They had 3 goals in the first 13 minutes of the match. That is time to get yelled at. George goes after the neighbor dog. Sorry about that. Kessie's on a 6-0. We are totally getting him off. Sick Raven's going to come on and swap with Benasser. Mason Greenwood comes on for Son. Benasser, corner kick in. Tonali's there, but he can't control it. Romagnoli, back to Benasser. Centers it in again, knocked away. Tonali's there, but it goes right to De Gea. Raphinha, nice first touch. Long cross to Rashford. Drives forward, holds it up, drives forward again. Dispossessed by Romagnoli, well done. But he gives it right back to Lodi, who kind of sort of takes a shot that was towards our end of the goal. He wants to come off now. I do not. we're going to have to play Robocho there. This just totally screwed that up. Lodi. Long Dembele sitting between. We're going to need a hell of a game in Milan just to overcome this. Don't know that I see it happening. Grealish drives forward. Taps it up to Dembele. And right at Donnarumma. You couldn't do that last time, Musa? Jeez. Maguire. To Lodi. To Rashford. We need just one goal. Port can't control it. What can you say? Holy. Oh, good grief. Oh, I'm flipping real. And Liverpool spanks Sevilla. Okay, you know, I'm going to save the game. We're going to come back in just a bit. I might have a drink or four, too. Lord knows I'm needed after that. I'm not sure what word is stronger than humiliation. Kessie accepts as fine. Poor accepts as fine. And Kessie's missing the next Man United match. I was so upset I sent Silva to the press conference. It's totally... So, you know, we're 6 goals up on Sampdoria. We're not going to come back for the second leg game. We are, however, going to come back for the second Man United game. And we'll see what happens there. So, we need some help to beat Inter. We got some help from Hellas Verona. They held Inter to a draw, which was very, very nice. But, yeah, it's frustrating because most of our matches seem to be played before Inter. So when we win, hey, we go to top of Serie A. I'm thinking, hey, Inter lost. And then they didn't lose. So, jeez. We should be healthy, knock on wood, by the time the next game against Manchester starts. So, man, 5-0. What a thumping. I'm going to go find my special pillow after that. I'm not going to be able to sit in the chair all that well. With that said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments, and there should be plenty of criticisms after that performance. Leave those down below and I'll say as fast as I can. My name is FM20, and I thank you for watching Forza Milan, episode 22.